in a time of extreme need. They were created to protect. It was all they knew. And they would do anything to destroy their foe. Even if it cost their life. Hello my friends, I hope you're all doing well today, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with Brock. Episode 11! Holy cow, I actually can't believe that we're already on the double digit mark, because it honestly just sort of feels like we just started. But it's already been well over a month, almost 2 months in fact, since we started, so this has been a really fun journey so far, and yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. So, in the last episode, we built up this super fun villager trading hall. And we got all these guys loaded in here. I haven't loaded in the left side yet because I kind of want to use this thing for a little while and see how it works and see what I need before I just go willy-nilly putting people in there. And as far as today's project, it won't be anything to do with training, but it will involve villagers. And that's because we are going to be making an iron farm. But I'm tired of using other people's designs. As you may recall last episode, that trading hall was not my design, that was Logical Geek Boy's design. Which is, granted, really fun, and it's a lot of fun to build things still, you know what I mean? However, I have this itch to create my own design, and there's a concept for a custom iron farm that I've been thinking about and wanting to build for a while. So, without any delay, let me take you into our creative test world so I can show you what we're going to be building. So let's chat quickly about how iron golem mechanics currently work in the Java edition of Minecraft. So without going into too much detail, villagers must be around other villagers to gossip. They must have slept recently, and they must have worked at their workstation recently. If those conditions are met, the villager will spawn an iron golem if they are frightened. To frighten a villager, you can either scare them with a mob, which is what we will be doing, or you can damage them. So to demonstrate here, these guys have slept and they have worked recently. If I hit one with a snowball, the golem should spawn in the closest spot. Oh. And there we go. So iron golems every 5 seconds will attempt to be spawned, and damaging those couple of villagers was enough to spawn a golem. So how are we going to use this in our farm? Well, most farms actually use a zombie, a single zombie. In fact, the best farms use one zombie in a minecart that goes from villager station to villager station to constantly scare them enough to spawn golems, and that's a lot of fun and that's very effective. But I challenged myself to build my own version. It still uses zombies to scare the villagers, but I thought, why not use a zombie spawner? So, in fact, right here we have a zombie XP, XP, a zombie spawner, which will flush the zombies through and up this bubble column elevator. So if I take you over here, the zombies come up here, and then I designed a splitter, so half the zombies roughly will go this way, half the zombies roughly will go this way, And when the zombies flow past, they get in the line of sight of these villagers on either side, and they spawn golems. So the way this currently works is with the spacing of these villagers and the location of their spawning pads, in an ideal situation, these 4 sets of villagers can all 4 independently spawn iron golems, which means that we can get up to 4 iron golems per spawning attempt. So that roughly every 30 seconds we will get 4 iron golems, which is actually a quite efficient farm for what we would need in our world. And I'm very excited to get working on this. So let's jump back into the survival world and we can begin building this thing. I probably should mention that the purpose of this farm is not to be extremely efficient and or convenient. Its purpose was to find a fun and unique way to farm something like iron, which I haven't seen done before. For me, half the fun in this project has already happened in just the work that I put into the design. So there's a couple of obvious drawbacks. First, you need a zombie spawner, right? Which I understand not everybody will have. So, and you need to be in range of the spawner, which is 17 blocks for this farm to be running. To tackle the first drawback, you need a zombie spawner. But luckily for me, which I haven't shown you guys, this cobblestone wall behind our fence that we have at every little pit stop wall down these stairs, this one is actually not mine. So when I dug this cave out way back in I think episode 2, we found ourselves a little dungeon right here. So this is going to be a perfect spot. It's basically right below everything we have. So this is going to be our zombie spawner. And when we clear out this area, this is going to be what powers our actual iron farm. And also, we're going to be building this underground. Luckily, in my testing, I kind of found a spot where there's minimal other spots where they can spawn. So we're just going to have to do a lot of digging. Obviously, I could run the elevator all the way up to the surface and farm them up there, but I want to save the surface to actually make it look nice and terraform. So that's why I'm keeping this all underground. So give me a second. I will dig this out, the 9x9 for this, and we'll be right back. And after lots of digging and replacing all of the walls with stone, we have dug out our 9x9 hole. So I'm leaving this hole open right now for some reference. So we're going to go to the left here, and all we have to do next is add in some water sources here across these 9 blocks, and that'll leave us with 1 left over, which I've dug 2 down. So we're going to simply place water here, and to transport the zombies, they will flow through here, and we'll have a water source here which will carry them over. And the reason I have this wall here is so baby zombies can still come through. We don't want them to get stuck and clog the system up. And lastly, I have these walls put down. So the way this is going to work is the zombies will come onto these walls, which are 1.5 blocks tall, and there's going to be water flowing over top of them, so they'll keep moving and they'll get sucked into this block, which will be a water elevator, and they'll go all the way up about 25 blocks or so. So let me just fix this like so. It will allow the zombies to flow right over top of these walls directly into this water chamber. So with some conveniently placed signs, we can now start digging up. So right now I'm on Y25. We're going to go all the way up to Y50. I think that's a good balance because it's far enough away from our spawner that as the zombies flow up, they will keep coming, and it's also not too close to the surface, so golems won't be spawning on the surface, which we obviously don't want in this farm. We need to control where they're spawning at. So I'm going to get digging up, and we'll continue when I come back. So here we are on Y50, and what we can do now is place our water source down and begin digging all the way down. And try not to drown yourself here. I wouldn't recommend doing that. And once you made it down here without drowning, all you have to do is come in here with your kelp, place it all the way up to the top. So now all of these will be source blocks. And the final step, once we conveniently destroy all this kelp, go in your inventory and simply replace this 1 stone with a piece of soul sand. And with that, we have created a very simple, easy mob elevator. So say I'm a zombie, I just spawn out of the spawner, I fly all the way down here into this water stream, and I come over these fence gates, actually they're walls, same thing, into here, get sucked all the way up. And then from here, we're going to have a sorter. So there's going to be two different ways they can go. They can either go this way or they can go this way. So it's a very simple redstone with just a hopper clock, which I'll show. So that gives us a relatively even flow of zombies to both sides. And then as the zombies flow through here, there will be little cutouts where the villagers will be over here, and then same on that side. So give me a second and I'll come back here when we've made a little bit more progress on this thing. So I've made just a little bit of progress here, and I've dug out where our 4 villager cells are going to be. So from roughly the center of this vision area, they're going to be 7 blocks out on each side, and I have marked right with this block of smooth diorite where the villagers will be standing. This is where the set of 3 will be standing when they see the zombies come by. And the same goes for this set, and then the 2 on this side. So just like here and just like here. So I can go ahead and show you what one of these holding cells will look like. So the first thing is we're going to have 3 beds. We'll have one here, one here, and one there. Next up, we will have their workstations. So we'll have one down there. So believe it or not, they actually can pathfind to that. And then we'll have one here and one here. The slab goes right here, and the trapdoor goes right here. And then lastly, so they bob up and down, we'll have water right here. So they will be inside this cell, bobbing up and down, and as long as we have bounce on the bed. As long as we have this high enough here, they can see right through to where the zombies will be coming. So I'm gonna go ahead and get working on the next 3 villager cells, as well as clear out some more of this vision area. But really briefly, I want to go over some feedback from the last episode. So we actually had a comment come in from Sir Horses Around, and he suggested that we build a chicken farm for the butcher because the chickens have 2 ways of breeding, which means that I would get chicken from the farm, and the feathers I get from the farm can be traded with the flesher once he's a high enough level. And then he went on to say that he would suggest using hoppers for the egg collection, and that's actually a really good idea. So I had in mind a couple of farms that we will be building here soon, such as a carrot, potato farm, pumpkin, melon, you know, the classic ones, but I hadn't thought of a chicken farm, so that's actually a really good idea. So I'm going to add that one to our list. And yeah, I'm really excited to, in the near future here, get working on some farms that'll really help us trade at the next level. So with that said, I'm gonna get digging and I'll be back in just a minute. And after doing some digging, our villagers should now have clearance to properly see the zombies. So I know it doesn't seem like they should be able to see them from here, because you'd think they're too short, but they bob up and down in the water and they just come into eye contact. So it's gonna work out perfect. Except now we need villagers. So this is going to be the tedious part, but I've done some things to try and alleviate the tension, if you will. Tension? What? Does that make any sense? That made no sense. Anyways, I say a lot of things that don't make any sense, so we'll continue on. We're not going to worry too much about it. So I have set up a convenient railcart system back over at our villager breeder. Actually, not at our villager breeder, rather it's at our villager breeder's output, our holding cell that we built, I think 2 episodes ago. So I'm going to walk over there now. So that definitely could be looked at as a downside for this farm, is that it requires 12 villagers. I guess it doesn't actually require 12 villagers. You could also do it with 3 villagers. I mean, nobody says you had to do. Oh, look. I wonder if he escaped from one of our farms. We're going to kill him anyways. Ouch. It doesn't actually require 12 villagers, now that I think about it. You could totally design the farm with just 3 villagers. However, then it would reduce your iron output to a quarter of what it could be. So the design I made, we have 12, but that's okay. If this works, which we're going to do a live test here, it should allow us to relatively pain-free transfer these guys. So we'll hit our button like we did. Okay, we're gonna ignore that and try again. Okay, here's a real guy. I don't know what happened there. I don't want to think about it though, and we're gonna send him off. So I've just changed the output of this to reroute them to directly over top of our holding cells here. So we go all the way down over here. Initially this led to our trading hall, and it still very easily does. I just had to swap one rail out. So if we come over here, here's our wiring for our secret door. Before there was a curved rail here, they go this way into our hall. I just removed it and carry them on this way. So it's actually not too far, as you can see. Right down here, I don't see him anywhere, so this is good. Make a quick left, quick right, and there he is. Perfect. So give me 1 second and I'll hop back down here. We should, if we enable hitboxes, be able to, hopefully without hurting him. It won't matter if we hurt him actually, because we're not going to be trading with him, but we should be able to destroy his minecart like so. And there we go, we have one guy in here. So that's actually very simple and relatively pain-free thanks to our work we've done in the last couple episodes. So I'm going to get moving the rest of these guys, and hopefully we can get onto some fun parts here. So I'll be back very briefly. So I just tried to move in a couple guys at once, and I thought it was going to work well. Then all of a sudden I come over here, and it seems you can't have a minecart with a villager in it stacked on top of a villager that's already there. So this guy's stacked on top of his head, and then he's all backed up. He can't get through. So let me see what happens if I break this minecart. Oh, he falls right in. Perfect. Okay. Now, I should be able to go back up here and give this fella a little nudge. What do we say here? Let's see. In you go. He's on his head now, and his head. Oh, this is so goofy. Like that. Boom. Perfect. And then once you do that, you place water in their feet, and look at that, they start bobbing. Cool. That was really easy. That took about 3 minutes to do. I feel like in the past, moving villagers or any mob to a certain location, it was really difficult, but actually with that sorter to automatically put them in minecarts, it's quite effective. So I'm very glad that I have that right now. You have no idea. So we are good to keep pushing along here. And if we thought that was easy, I think I have even a smarter idea. So I moved this over one block to the left for the next one, and why don't we just use an activator rail? Actually, we'll put that there, and I think we just have to supply power to it. And if the activator rail is powered, it should, it should auto eject the villagers to the right, so they should fall right into there. And after completely running out of rails, we are gonna give this thing a test. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to our villager holding cell, and I'm going to release 3 villagers at once. We're gonna come back here, and there should be 3 lovely people sitting right in this second holding cell. All right, guys, here we go. Good luck. We're all counting on you. No pressure or anything. Last guy, here it goes. And he's off. Oh no, one of them is in here. Where are the other guys? Oh, what are you doing here? Huh? How'd you get stuck like that? Oh, you go this way. Come on, buddy. It didn't. Oh, I didn't want to kill him. I wanted him to go where he should have went. Oh man, that's kind of frustrating. Why? Get back over here. You're gonna walk. You're gonna pathfind to your workstation, and I'm gonna push you in this hole. Okay. Oh my god. This is not good at all. This is not good whatsoever. Let me out. Let me out. Come on. Oh man, you guys. so I thought I had all the villagers in place, and I went to go look, and there was only 1 in here, and there was 5 in there, which makes no sense because I swear that I did it right. But anyways, there were 5 in there, so I thought to myself, we will do some population control. So I took out my axe and I swung it at the... Ah! I swung in at the group of villagers. And instantly this guy spawned and now I'm trapped. I can't get out. I can't get out. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. He's Hawkeyeing me. I'm gonna lose all my stuff. Oh, this sucks. His range is so good. Oh no. This is not good, you guys. I'm so screwed. Run for it. I don't know what to do. This has to be the biggest fail of anything I've ever seen. I think I'm gonna lose all of my stuff. Stop looking at me. Stop it. Let me through. Yep. Screw you. Leave me alone forever. I hope this hurts so badly. Okay. And all of our stuff is gone. It has not been 5 minutes yet. There's no way. It's been 6. So I finished digging out the hole below all these golems. All the golems. Yeah, they're golems for sure. Villagers. You can see a golem spawn actually below these guys. So I have this on all 4 sides now, and I made these a bit tighter. So there's only 5 now, a 5 block gap. That's just so it looks a bit nicer, honestly. There should be plenty of clearance for zombies to flow past and still catch the eye of these guys, so not too worried about that. And this side is just the exact same. So now let's get working on our the redstone. Only redstone for this build, by the way. The redstone for what is going to be our mob sorter. So it's very simple. What we're going to need to do first is remove this glass block and then the one right below it. And we're just going to place a sticky piston there and then replace the glass back. I don't have silk touch, so I'm wasting, but oh well. And same on this side. Once you do that, glass back. I basically just need to get access to our pistons. Next, we can begin building our spawning platforms. So the spawning platforms are pretty easy to locate. So we are going to go from this block that the villagers are standing on. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then you can remove the rest of these blocks. You don't need them anymore. So from here, extend this out, make this 3 wide, then go 3 more in each direction. Then go inwards 4 more. You also want to make sure that this is 3 high because iron golems require a 1 by 3 by 1 area to spawn. But yeah, so this is actually going to be our spawning platform. So let me make this look a little bit neater as he places cobblestone down. Wow, real neat, Brock. Also, one more thing. Let's dig this out one more temporarily because what we're going to do is place fence gates along this whole row. So these gates are actually going to be what holds our water back. So if you open the gates, you can now remove these blocks. And when we place our water sources, it's going to stop right at the edge. Like so. So now think of me as an iron golem. I spawn in here and I will fall down this gap. So we are going to need to remove this layer now that I see this. So not a big deal. We'll get rid of this and this right here. Clear this out a little bit. We're learning as we go because it's a lot easier to build this over a void. You know what I mean? When it comes to actually building it underground, it takes a lot more thought. Things come up that you didn't consider. Let's just say that. So golems will spawn here and they'll get flushed, and we're gonna have this dug way out, and this will go all the way down to wherever we decide we want to kill the golems at. Alright guys, so a little bit of time has passed and I've gotten a much better idea about how this is going to work. So if you look with me here, I have replicated our killing platforms on all 4 sides. Well, not killing platforms, our spawning pads, sorry. So we got our spawning pads, we got our lava for the baby zombies, and if you look, this goes, okay, so we're gonna have a water stream going all the way here, and then the golems are going to fall all the way down to, I think, Y level 13, and that's going to happen on all 4 of these. So what this is going to do is when the villagers spawn a golem, the quicker that we can get that golem out of the range of the villagers, the better, because then it will allow the villagers to keep spawning golems. I've dug out this little circular room, and I'm still kind of finalizing a design for this room, but the idea I'm going for is I want to have perhaps fence gates here, and I want to be able to look over top of all of the golems coming in. So we have our 4 channels, which is pretty neat actually. So we have these 4 channels, and these each link directly up to where the golems will fall down. So we'll have golems coming through all 4 of these streams separately, and then there'll be water funneling them this way into probably lava. Then we'll have a hopper collection right at the end here. But the thing that I like, that I'm really excited for actually, is these 2 things. So here is where our zombies are actually going to fall down as well. So in my tutorial that I released, I just simply killed the zombies in lava right away, which is totally fine. And I had the idea, what if we had the zombies drop down on top of right where the golems are coming through, and then we can stand up on our throne up here and watch the golems and the zombies fight to the death. I mean, we obviously know that the golem's gonna win that fight, but I've been messing with this a little bit. I kind of like this design. So this is sort of a like the inside of a mountain or a rocky, and then we can put like kind of mix in some cobblestone slabs. So all I'm doing really is kind of picking up a spot, going up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, doesn't really matter, and digging up, and then a couple more blocks up, digging in 1 and going up, and just repeating that. So that one went up 2, so this one will go up, I don't know, 3. And just, I'm trying to make it look as jagged as possible, so I think that looks quite natural, if that makes any sense. And repeating this all the way around, and then I think right now it looks a little bit odd, but I really do think that once we get this kind of built around, it'll look better. So I'm gonna build this around, and then we'll really be able to evaluate how you like the iron bars. I think they're gonna get taken out though. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I carried this design that I showed you all the way around, and I got rid of our cobblestone and our iron bars. And with some detailing, I think this turned out really well actually. So let's head down here and get a closer look. Basically I started out by just doing what I showed. I worked the pattern all the way up and around. Then I went back through, added in some cobblestone slabs as well as some regular stone slabs, which you can't see, like right here. Hard to see, but they're just nice detail. Then I hid some lighting behind some leaves and added in some mossy stone. I think it looks super nice, and I've also added in a grass bottom. That way I think when the water's in here, it'll kind of just look like a little river kind of heading through like a mountain area. I don't know. It's pretty neat. I think it's a fun design. And if we head back up here, I did a little bit of work, and I said before that we were going to go with a black, gray, white look, and that's still somewhat true, but I ended up adding in these oak beams, and I really liked how it looked, and I think I'm going to go with more of a wood on the walls here. So I was experimenting with some dark oak, and I think this is going to look good. I haven't actually used dark oak at all yet in this series, so I really want to start using that more, and it is one of my favorites. So firstly, oh shoot, let's get this filled in. So I ended up having these cross beams installed. I say that like I hired someone to do it. I installed these cross beams, and I think they look pretty good, so I'm gonna carry them on going this way also. Alright guys, so I've been busy and I've finished adding in the water streams here. So not much change. I just added in this row of water. It goes all the way to the front, and then I can head down here carefully. We simply have a row of lava here that'll burn both the golems and the zombies, and there's hoppers below into a dropper system. So all those do is output all the items, and we have our items filter right now. So we have our iron, we have our rotten flesh, we have our going to be our poppies. I don't have enough poppies to even fill up the filter though. If I'm not mistaken, all I have to do, which I'm sure is not the case, but all I have to do, I'm thinking in theory, is remove the torches of this spawner. So let's do that. I want to see this thing work. All right, guys, torches are gone. We're heading down here. Oh, look, he's coming. Yes, he's fighting. Oh, he's stuck though. Nope, he's still going. His ass. Oh, there's two of them. Let's go. They're fighting the zombies. They're killing them too. That's so awesome. Oh my god. You have no idea how happy this makes me. Oh, I put so much time into this. I'm absolutely nerding out. Look at them. They're burning. Iron, come here. Come on. Yes. Yes. Oh my god, this thing works. But alright guys, that is going to be all I have for today. I'm definitely running out of time. But this thing has been working pretty well. I've had it running in the background for a little bit now. And I think we have enough iron to make ourselves a couple beacons and about 1.5 million hoppers. So that's pretty good news. Definitely feels good to be back in the green with iron. So that's going to open us up to a lot of fun projects. And yeah, I'm going to take some time in between episodes, and we need to get geared up again because I don't look good in iron armor. I don't look good in it. I need to get my diamond back. I might even go out and get an elytra. Not sure. We'll see about that. Oh, here comes a guy. But we're going to let this thing run for a little bit. Oh, also, I added in these little extensions on the side platforms. All this does is kind of it funnels the golems further because they were getting stuck there. But nothing else has changed. So I'm going to take some time and get geared up so we can get going on some more fun projects. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know down below and leave a like also if you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.